the fixtures, and this is exactly the same fixtures we have on the machine. So when you bought the fixtures, so they give us the model for the fixture, and the reason why we have that, you know, these guys did, I have the machine model over here too, and I couldn't figure it out, I couldn't find it out. Once they, the IT guys, they wrote different new version of Mastercam. I just use everything, so I couldn't find it, I was trying to look for that, I couldn't find it. So we have the model of the machine also, and that's where the fixture sits right there. So basically that fixture and the model of machine, when we do the simulate, we can see it, it's gonna crash, the tool is gonna crash onto that fixture. That's the only reason. And I think it does not, you guys don't have that. So if you need it, let me know, I can give it to you, but I'm gonna just go and turn it off. I don't need those to program that part. So our stock is gonna be something like this, so make sure we're gonna pre-cut that stock. I already have that. 3 by 3 by inch and half stock, I think, that's what the stock size is gonna be. And you can just go ahead and see, let's set it up this time. You know what, guys, and I do not see this over here. So we can just go ahead under toolbar, we can create a stock model. Vomit box. That's our stock model right there, 3 by 3 by inch and a half. Yeah, that's perfect. Turn that off and I can turn that on, that's right there. And this is something we can move right here on the top. Move. You can always turn it on and off. Okay. So let me run this part first, and we can go from there. So you have a little idea what we are doing. So that's what is giving me a message after the 2025 machine simulation, multi-post camera interface between two. Let's see. So this is the first operation we're going to do. Stop, please. We're going to build this pocket first, guys. It's a regular pocketing, not an inch low. We're going to rough it out. And then we're going to rough it out that another rectangle. And then we're going to use toughness ball and mill, and that will take care of this. And then we can remachine this one here with a flat and ball and we'll take care of this left material over here. Take care of that. And then we're going to just cut a chamfer. And we're going to cut outside. There's not a whole lot. You can see it's 3 by 3 with our stock is going to be a little oversized so we can see if it's going to machine on this side. But our stock is 3 by 3 and that's why it's not cutting, it's just cutting only on the corners. And then we're going to cut, like we did on the last part, we're going to cut this corner. So we have to create a plane. We have to create a plane just on one corner, and we're gonna contour that like we did on the last part. Then we're gonna center drill, we're gonna drill it. So all the three operations, your contour tracing this, and the next operation is gonna be your spot drill and your drill. That operation we're gonna transform. We're not gonna create a plane like we did on each side, remember last time? And we also talked about the tool path we transform, rotate in the top plane. So that's what you guys gonna do. All the three tool paths, we're gonna rotate around the origin in the top plane, and that will cut all the four corners. Because if you look at this part is symmetrical to your x-axis and y-axis. If the part is symmetrical to x-axis and the y-axis, you can transform and rotate the tool path. So I'll show you the tool path, we can go over this. And then there comes your, same thing with this guy right here. So we're gonna use the flow line tool path for the ball end mill. And we're gonna do just one side, and we're gonna rotate that to the fourth side. But here, we have to create a plane also. If you look from the front view, the tool is gonna cut normal to that, so we have to create a plane on that. So we have to create extra plane on that to create the tool path, and the tool path is gonna be your flow line. So once you have that, and you're gonna rotate that to all the four sides. And then on this side, right side plane, again, we're gonna do all this on one side, and we're gonna rotate 180 degrees, and we're gonna cut on the other side. So that we're gonna mill a pocket, and then we're gonna go ahead and remachining it with a small end mill, cut that corner. Then we're gonna do spot drill. We're gonna drill it, and then we're gonna drill the other side too, and that will take care of that pretty much here. So this tool path, what we do on the right plane, we're gonna do and transform 180 degree rotate to the other side. So that tool path is gonna be consist of your milling this pocket, remachining this corner with a small tool, center drill, and drill. So that's gonna be like 4 different tool paths. We're gonna transform rotate to the other side. Alright, so if you're gonna look at the tool path, let me show you. The first, let's just talk about, this is your contour tool path. This is the one we're gonna do just a regular contour tool path. Hold on one second. And that is gonna mill just this side right there. We are doing 2 passes. If you add some materials, we are doing 1 rough and 1 finish. So we are using 1/2 inch flat and mill, and it's a regular contour 2 pass. You're gonna come to the left. That's good, we don't care about it. And then linking parameters is gonna be your depth in the middle. We are doing 1.25. We're not cutting all the way to 1.5 inch, guys, because there is our fixture is gonna be just, I want to avoid. If you look at your part, so we are leaving about 4-inch material over here. So the depth is only 1.25 deep, not 1.5 inch. Alright, and here comes your plane. Your plane, everything is gonna be on top in this case. Alright, and then we're gonna move to the next tool part. That's what you're gonna do. We're gonna do a pocket, and that pocket is gonna be inside with a 1/2 inch and low. So we're gonna do 2 different pockets with the same tool. And there is another one right there. So if you look at these 2 tools, why are we doing that? So I'm leaving that material so we can go ahead and finish with this ball end mill. That tool path is gonna be something like this. Same message again. This is good. So look at that here. We're gonna machine that with the pocket. With the 1/2 inch end mill, and machine the other one with that. And this here, with the half an inch end mill, we go, or half inch ball end mill, that's gonna rough and finish this, the corners and the bottom part. And then there's leftover right here, which we can do here under pocket again with the regular bowl, and we'll send to, we'll take care of that, leftover. And then comes your chamfer. That's gonna be chamfer right there on that, that's gonna be a chamfer too, regular. The simple chamfer. We are using half an inch spot rope. Cut parameter here is going to be, we are going for a 2D chamfer.
2D chamfer.
Yeah. Bottom offset, we can go 25,000, we can offset even 50,000 on the bottom, doesn't matter, guys. The chamfer is good, this is going to be your 100,000 chamfer. Center comp is going to be to the left. And the linking parameters right here, the depth is going to be your 100,000 and length. That's going to be, top of the stock is going to be 100,000. And the plane is going to be your, we make this plane an origin. You can just make this as also top plane, top. There is, yeah, the top part is going to be with that top. Only the plane is going to be this guy, and this guy is going to be a different plane. Okay, here comes your another contour flat, and well, I think we gonna cut this corners, guys. You know, you don't have to do that, but yes, we are just, if you look at the part, we are just taking care of those just those corners. We finish outside 3 by 3 inches with the first contour, and then we just mill those corners to that radius. That's it. So you want to do with regular contour toolpath, you can do that also, or we can just go ahead and do this corner after you done the first toolpath around the part. Either or, doesn't matter. And there comes your this is your transform. If you look at here, you have cosine, so that's your transform rotate command. Okay, let's see what we got under that. Okay, here we go. So we got that side, and that side. Okay. So that is, like I said, that you have to just use one operation on one side, and if you look at that plane is going to be your corner plane. So make sure you create that plane, guys. If you look at the planes right here, you have that corner plane. So you're going to do the same thing like we did on the last part. So go to plane from solid face, pick that face right there, and that's going to be your plane right there.
Yeah.
X to the right, Y up, Z, and that is your plane. And you can make that plane. I'm not going to do it, so you guys can have that plane and cut that on that plane. You have to have only one plane in this corner. Like I said, then we're going to rotate that like we did on this part right here. Then comes your transform rotate, we did that, and then on the same part, look at this here, we're going to drill with a spot drill, and then we're going to drill with a 4-inch drill, and then we're going to transform this. So the first two parts we're going to do here is a ghost, so we cannot do that. So this is the part right there. Transform. Here comes your spot drill, and then your drill. There it is. So we already have that spot drill right here, guys, and drill right here. So I did these, rotate these to number 11 and 12. So what you do, you just go under toolbar, transfer toolbar, and then you're gonna say A11 and 12, these two guys. When you select that, you select these two, and you're gonna rotate that including origin. Make sure you set disable posting in selector source, and rotate is gonna be your right here. Okay, we picked the wrong one. This is 180 degree, this is on the other side. But on this side here, you gotta rotate that 3 times. If you look at it, wait a minute. Look at this here, we are rotating that 3 times, 90 degree apart. And that is my 9 to 5. So spot drill, and then rotate, transform, rotate. That's going to be that toolbar. Okay, and then here comes your surface finish flow line on this side. We're going to just cut one, and then we're going to rotate that also your flow line. We're going to rotate that also. So that's going to rotate, so cut one side, and we're going to rotate that all the 4 sides, and that has to be on that wall plane. Now here, if you look at this under that flow line, your planes for upper fillet, we have to create a plane on this one. Let me go with this, guys. So you can only, when we create a plane, we create a plane from solid phase. You cannot create a plane on a round geometry on this fillet. We cannot. Plane has to be a plane, has to be flat. So here we have to create a plane, and that is going to be a dynamic plane. Let me show you how you guys going to do that. So you click on dynamic, and here is my dynamic. So what I'm going to do, guys, same concept, right hand rule. Same concept, right hand rule. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick a spot where I can anchor this. I can anchor here. That's okay, or I can anchor right there. That's fine too. Right there is good spot right there. That's okay. Click on that. There you go. That's where you anchor it, right? So now we have to manipulate. This X is going to be right hand rule is going to be to the right side, right, guys? So to play with that X, this X is going to rotate about your blue cycle, about your Z-axis. So you're going to select right here and rotate that, and you're going to align this with this line. So go and bring this over here and align with this line right there and click it. That's my X-axis right there. Now looking from the front view, my Z has to be normal to that plane, normal to that flow line, so to that surface. So now I'm going to bring my Z. It doesn't have to be accurate. I can go around 40, 45 degree, 50 as long as it's normal. Even 40, even 35 degree will also work because the tool is at ball end. This definitely won't work. It will work, but it's not going to cut as good. So I'll just try to bring my, because I'm trying to keep my tool always normal. The tip of the tool, I want to keep normal to the surface. So I'm going to play with my Z a little bit. So to rotate my Z, now my Z has to rotate on the X-axis, so I'm going to pick this guy right here, and I'm going to rotate that. So what I'm going to do, I can go and right click here, guys. I'll go to front view, and I can bring my Z right there at 45 degrees somewhere right there. That's good enough. Right there, 46 degrees, so that's fine. So if you look at the plane looks good. My X, right hand rule, normal to that plane, X to the right, Y going up, and Z towards you. That is going to be your plane of that. So I'm not going to save it. You guys are going to save that plane, corner plane, or flow line plane, whatever you can name it. So that's going to be the name of the plane, and then I'm going to save it. But that's the plane. If you look at here, that's the plane we have right there, corner for, place for upper left, everything. That's the line right there.
When I first anchored it, what line did you? Okay.
Let's do it one more time.
Thank you.
So you go to plane, dynamic. Dynamic is plane that where you manually you can create that plane. That's what we do. Look at this, how my notes is dynamic. This is your axle are there. So here you can anchor. I anchor right here at that point right here. I can even anchor over here too. So just click anchor on this corner. See that where you see the green plus sign? So that is my anchor point right there. Click on that. There you go. So now I'm going to move my axe aligned with this axis right here. So to move your axe is, if you look at it, your axe is going to spin around your Z axis right now. So pick that blue guy because your Z is a blue arrow. So this is your blue arc is going to swing that X axis around Z axis. So you're going to, and then once you select that, you just align it the way you want it. You can align here somewhere, you can align anywhere you want. It just catch your cursor. So I'm going to align this here. That's a good spot right there. To that line, to that page. Click it. And looking at the front view now, I can bring my Z over here. Now your Z is going to go, is going to spin around your x-axis. So I'm going to go ahead. Click this guy and move like this. So just to get a better view, guys, I'm going to right click and go to front view. And then I can have a good idea right there. 40 degree, 45 degree, that's good enough right there. Take it right there. If you go further out, you can get a better this thing. Okay, here we go, 4509. You can just go ahead and type 45 degrees there if you want really accurate. Just type 45, enter, that is enter again, that's 45 degrees. And that is going to be your plane. And you can name that plane and save it. I'll just say, let's say I'm creating another plane right here. I'll say plane. You can see or every plane doesn't matter. And you can save it. And that plane is going to be right there. Let's see. And here we are using plane 40 degree here. It's the same plane we are using for. So if you go ahead and look at that toolpath right here, finish. Transfer my rotate. And this is going to cut normal to that right here. So the toolpath you will be using there, you're going to use this as a 4-line toolpath right there, where it is my 4-line right here. 4-line. Take this surface right there. Go down to the selection. And hit OK. And half inch ball end up. And start to leave, you don't want to leave anything, finish full-line parameters. Step over control is 125,000, that is a lot. I'll put 25,000 here, see what happens. And this is very important planes. Look at this, we are going front. If you go to front, look at your results, what's going to happen. It's going to go and cut that in front plane also. So offset, you can go the other way. You can go this way. You can go cut directions. You can change that also. Like this one here, you're going to go that direction now. And step directions, you can go from this side or that side. And if you hit OK, so watch here, your tool path is gonna come from the front plane. That is not correct, so your plane is very important, guys. So just go ahead, go to parameters, and go to check my planes, and I'm gonna, my work coordinate system is gonna be on the top. This plane is gonna be plane and corner plane or plane. Or let's pick the plane we just created, plane C. There you go. See that? And your construction plane is gonna be plane C2. Hit OK. Hit OK. And there is your toolpath. This step over 25,000 is still too much, right? Yeah, I'll stay with between 8 and 10,000 step over. That's a big step over. So change that step over, guys. Yeah, this is gonna be. Let's go by 8,000 to get a nice smooth finish. There you go. So once you have that, then that's what we did over here. We transformed it. So I'm gonna go to toolpath transform. And that was the last one of number 23. There we go. So the transform, including origin, we're gonna rotate that, make sure the silver posting, that's good. I'm gonna rotate that, and we're gonna have 3 more. And rotation angle is gonna be 90 degrees. That's gonna go in 90 degrees. And the rotation plane has to be the top, that's very important. And there's your toolpath. So now, that is gonna be your new toolpath, and your other toolpath is gonna be disabled. But when you see tool sign, if you try to run it, it will not work. Please select at least one operation for back block. So the other toolpath is gonna be this guy right there. And here on our machine, guys, the way you guys are gonna see, your tool will, the way you see the tool is cutting at an angle, the tool is not gonna come at an angle. On this machine, the way we have posed is, your tool is still straight, your table is gonna turn at 45 degrees, and tool is gonna cut normal to that. When it's gonna rotate another 90 degrees, your table is gonna tilt, not the tool, not the tool. So the way you program, this is how you program, doesn't matter what combination access you have on the machine. You have a table, even if you have your part, you have a head machine, your part will not rotate. Now your tool is gonna come at an angle, and it's gonna cut at an angle. But our machine is table, our tool is gonna stay like that. Our table is gonna turn at 45 degrees, and then tool is gonna start cutting that. So this program will work for any machine. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The function is your post. How your post is gonna be written for which machine. Is that table machine, is it head and table, or is it a head and machine? But this is program work for any machine. That makes sense, guys? Because it's pretty common to get confused that how my tool is moving and my tool is coming straight on Z. The post will take care of that. Once you're gonna post this guy right here, and my post is not working right now. Once I have that post, that's when you select your post, and for 5 different machines, same part will have a 5 different post programs for 5 different machines. All right. So that's what you guys have to do on this one, and the last thing on this side right here, guys, I'm gonna just. So after that, there is. This is we are using 4-inch flat window. It's gonna cut this side right here, and that doesn't have a ghost on it. So if you want to see it, you can just go ahead. And make it happen. Just click on that, and now we can see that how it works right here. So we're gonna rough it out with a 4-inch envelope. a regular pocket, again, here, you have to be in plane right. Your wood coating system is always on the top, guys, on 5-axis machine. Your plane has to be on the right plane in this case. Again, this is not, again, fully 5-axis 4, this is 3+2. Fully 5-axis, we're gonna get into different parts where it's gonna be fully 5-axis. Your tool plane is gonna be top, your construction plane is gonna be top, your WCS is gonna be top. Alright, so that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and make that also active, so that's gonna be, let's make all these active. And this is my transfer rotation now, okay. So here, look at this, 1, 2, 3, recto, tap. Yes, so that tool path is going to be on construction plane right. First two, horizontal. Then we have a smaller tool, which is going to move those corners at different depth. Then we have spot drill, drill. These 5 operations right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 operations. We're going to transform and cut the other side, rotate 180 degrees. To the side. So under transform command, we are rotating those tool paths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again we are rotating that about top plane, and we are rotating 180 degrees. So you're going to select all those 6 tool paths. You're going to do it only one side first, then you're going to select those and rotate to the other side. Okay, surface finish tool line, so I'm going to just go ahead and delete that. We did that. We have those duplicate, delete that also. So if you want to select all your part, is going to look like something like this. Stop permission. There you go. All right. So that's what you guys have to do in this part, folks.
Did you go over the 7th toolpath, the contour 2D chamfer?
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, and If you go to levels, I have solid stop, and then off, wire. Okay, there we go. Make sure you turn those, the geometry off. Turn the geometry off. So if you look at the geometry, your geometry is going to be this for your chamfer toolbar. And I'm using this geometry right here just to rough out those pockets right here. Yeah, so this is going to be the chain for your chamfer toolbar. So you select that, and this is going to be your toolbar, which is going to be your regular spot row. Up in the squad row. And on the cut parameters, that's all you have to worry about it, that you are using 2D chamfer. Chamfer, if we are going with 100,000 over for the chamfer. At linking parameters, we are going depth 100,000, we are offsetting 100,000, we are going to depth to 100,000, incremental. Top of the stock is 100,000. And your planes are going to be top in this case. Lead in, lead out, we are using regular default man 40, you can go with 50% of the team, that's my job.
And the bottom of that pocket has a chamfer too, right?
Bottom of the pocket. No, that's a ball, that's a radius.
Oh, it's radius.
Half an inch radius. That's why we are using half an inch ball in to finish that radius. Ball right here. Half an inch after this. Flat, no. There's a ball end right there. And there's a ball end that's going to take care of those leftover. That little corner right there. This ball end is going to go ahead and we're going to step here because there's a lot of material right here on this corner, so we're doing a different thing. Rough step is too rough step. This is going just one part from that, taking care of the leftovers. Like this guy, you just take care and cut from there to that little part there. Go to parameters right here, and the cut parameters. We are going to take control and it's a standard part right there. In high speed or zigzag, you can do it, it doesn't matter. All right, so I want you guys to start working on this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, get your hand out, and we're going to go to the shop. I'm gonna